Hello. Welcome to this video on WTF, what the fuck, Gameranx. And this is in response to their recent video that I saw yesterday of top 10 controversies of Fortnite. I want to talk about this on some different aspects. Being that, for one, it just seems too soft. It's like they're going soft on Fortnite. Because from what I saw, there's like maybe one actual controversy that they talk about on Fortnite itself, or the developers of Fortnite Epic Games, on being that there's a bit of a controversy behind their current plans to reformat the game itself to, change up the play style of it, being that it truly does seem like Epic doesn't know how to truly balance their games. They don't, like to better balance the aspects of less use of the shotguns, because they're like the main thing of a weapon that people use, and their balance to it is to lessen the damage or something, or like things here and there. The one thing that they can do to truly balance it out is to get rid of bloom. Now I'm sure you're asking, well, what is bloom? Well, in the aspects of Fortnite, in some games it has happened to, like in Battlefield 1, in a certain aspect there though, when you shoot, and it was originally fully, but after the first bullet, which is to be accurate, every shot that you take after the first bullet now is random. It randomizes where it goes. It could be to the left of the player, it could be on the player, it could be the left sphere, it could be outer space. It doesn't matter where you're aiming. The bullet will just randomly go somewhere. It doesn't matter how accurate you are. It doesn't matter how true you're holding yourself against recoil and everything. It's just completely random. It's luck, and that's one thing that people have been hating on, and it also shows, like many developers or producers of games, how they're lying sacks of shit and actually don't listen to their fan base, as though they say, we are listening to our fan base. Because the majority of the fan base has stated, get rid of the bloom. You want shotguns not to be such a big deal, get rid of bloom. Because that's why you don't see many, or if anybody at all, run SMGs. It's because of the bloom. Now, getting back to Gameranx, I diverge. Like I said, their whole aspects of it being what I found to be kind of, clickbaity, is like the top 10 controversies of Fortnite, because for the most part, it doesn't actually entail aspects of Fortnite, the development of it, the developers or the producers of the game. It more entails of it being like a side aspects, like in the first part at number 10 and the last part at number 1 involves the Paul brothers. Now, if you don't know about the Paul brothers, that's another whole other video. You can see, a Gameranx video there, But it involves them, and them for the most part playing Fortnite. But for the most part, the first one though, it's not. There's that about one of the Paul brothers, being that each one, number 1 and number 10 involves a different Paul brother, and number 1 involves, I think it's Shroud. I'm not sure who the streamer is, because I don't watch that many streamers. I don't even watch streams on Twitch in general for the most part. I follow people, and I do subscribe to one person from an Amazon Prime account. But overall, I stream, but I don't watch streamers. I sometimes watch their streams edited wise or unedited on YouTube, but I don't really watch streamers on Twitch. That's just me, That's just me. But I think it was Shroud, and number 1, it was him playing with one of the Paul brothers on a game of Fortnite, on a night of gaming on Fortnite, and it's like, well, that's not really a controversy about Fortnite. That's more of a, these people, less of Fortnite. Fortnite is just the side aspects of it all, and yet it's these, it's like these things on aspects. And at one point they talk about how they go after some hackers, but the one issue I have here is, like I was saying, how they kind of got soft on Fortnite here, is because they don't actually, like I say, through some of this stuff, it's not actual controversy about Fortnite. Like, I'm not sure if they touch on it, but they have the whole aspects of how Fortnite is kind of a addicted game. And I think one of them was like how they at some schools they gotta ban the use of bandwidth on phones, because people are just playing the Fortnite app on their phones, and it's taking up the bandwidth at schools and stuff and whatever. Again, that might be kind of aspects of controversy at Fortnite, but I think that's more of a side aspect. That's more of the people thing, That's more of the people being addicted to the game. That's less of Fortnite. That's more of the people, Like I said, they weren't really that much on the controversies of Fortnite itself, especially being, like I said, being that there's one thing that they didn't really touch on, and that's the fact that Fortnite is suing a 14-year-old who supposedly is a user of a hack or is the creator or side creator of a hack. But I mean, let's Google it. Fortnite sues a kid here. Sues kid. I mean, that was like November of last year, but it was like recently, April. The 14-year-old Fortnite cheater is facing the consequences of this. Epic moves ahead with its lawsuit against a 14-year-old Fortnite cheater, a 14-year-old kid. Now you're thinking, well, he was a hacker, he had it come to. Well, what if it was you or a kid that was 14? There's like an aspect saying, you were a stand-up kid, you got good grades, and you made one little mistake, and how it's like, say, it's illegal to drink beer under the age of 21. You were hanging with some people, and there was beer, and you were caught into the aspects of it while you were drinking a beer just to get a taste, just to understand what the hype was about beer, and a cop rolls up and is arresting you and charging you with the aspects. Would you find that fair, being that, you're a stand-up student and you just got caught up in a little moment, How would you feel about being considered being sued? I mean, this is like high-end level of, shit that could go wrong with the kid's life. So, and that's why it's hinted at being a controversy. How is Epic being considered okay while they're suing a 14-year-old? And it's all about hacks and how he was maybe screwing up the aspects of the game. And I understand going after hackers and trying to eliminate hackers, and for the most part trying to get rid of hacks in general. For the most part, what Epic needs to do is go after the hackers, not the hackers, the creator of the hacks as best as they can, and try and stem out all the hackers and get rid of the hacks itself, as best as they can. I know it's harder than it may seem from just stating of the standpoint of it all, But overall, it seemed, as I digress again from that all stuff of Gameranx, it just seemed their top 10 controversy of Fortnite was more clickbaity than it was actual factual, of aspects of controversy surrounding Fortnite, Like I said, at the first part and the last part, they, for the most part, talked about the Paul brothers and stuff. They talk about streamers, and at one point they shit on PUBG because PUBG is in current lawsuit action against Fortnite, and they shit on over PUBG and saying all stuff like, if anybody at Gameranx is actually watching this, which would be something, in the link in the description below, and anybody else watching this, go to this video that's of the whole coverage simplified best for you to understand the legality between Bluehold and Epic's and the lawsuit between the two, from a YouTube creator by the name of Matt Pad. He, as they go on their YouTube GT Live, or Game Theory, check that video out and you probably get a better understanding of the overall aspects of this and everything, better, because everybody has their opinions and thoughts about it. But I mean, it's good to also get your a side opinion. You might be against Fortnite, you might be against PUBG in the aspects of this lawsuit, but you need to broaden your horizon, open your mind too. Because the reason why I'm making this video, I find Gameranx, to be, as I would say, any publisher of game news and everything, to be unbiased. But it seemed for me, for this video, to be almost biased towards Fortnite. How they, because like I said, it seemed soft, like a little slap on the wrist against Fortnite on a video called Top 10 Controversies of Fortnite, and they didn't even talk on the top part of a controversy, the number one controversy surrounding Fortnite, and that is Epic suing a 14-year-old. Now they might have not known about it, because I tried to Google search, well, not Google search, more YouTube search them, see if they ever covered it, which it didn't seem they have or anything. They were never informed of this, though it was big at the time in which it was first happening, and it got researched recently, like I said, because they're moving forward with the lawsuit against the 14-year-old. So I'm just I'm curious, Gameranx, I mean, what did you do in this aspects of a video considered a controversy on Fortnite? Because like I said, most of the aspects of what they're saying there is less of actually about Fortnite and more about these people playing Fortnite, Because, for the controversy on the game itself, you should, just hammer in like you would any game. You shouldn't be biased, Because, like I said, it seemed kind of biased on Fortnite, but I could be wrong, For the most part, like I said, they might not have been informed or known about the whole aspects of Epic going against a 14-year-old. You know, soon a 14-year-old. But oh no, it just like it just seemed like a slap on the wrist, like Fortnite controversy, whatever. You know, like they, like from what it showed, like at one point on the video, like they would hammer on and PUBG on in their shit. You know, why aren't you hammering on Fortnite and Epic? You know, just seems odd. It just seemed really odd to me how it seemed like a soft slap against Fortnite and everything. You know, so like I said, it just seemed more controversy about everything surrounding Fortnite, but not Fortnite itself. You know? But that's just my take on it. You know? I hope you're informed, I hope you're entertained, and I hope you have a rock'em sock'em day.